What's up, everyone? It's Wacko. Welcome you to semifinals of SSSDL Season 4. We're up against Ystream, which the last time we played in semifinals, I got destroyed very badly. We'll see if I can turn that around this time, but he made a lot of trades after we played last, and turns out Shaman Sky just should not be allowed in draft. So I had to prep a lot around Shaman Sky, and overall, I just felt like I did not have a good matchup this time. Mega Mawile kind of sucks. Samurai Hisui kind of sucks. The only mon in this matchup I thought was actually good was Zera Aura, and I need to bring Covert Cloak Silvally to beat Shaman Sky because that mon's stupid and should not be allowed. Anyways, I brought pretty much similar prep as to last time. I brought Wakanberry on Torn T, Culberberry on Slowking. Our Zera Aura, instead of being Fake Out Eject Pack, it's actually, I think, Bulk Up. So yeah, there's that, and then our Samurott is Scarf with max speed this time because last time our Celadon just kind of outsped me under Sticky Web, and I thought because he has 9 mons, I thought there was a better chance that he'd bring Vikavolt again, but I wasn't exactly sure. Our Tauros is lead with what's the item? Clear Amulet, Flame Charge, Close Combat, Flare Blitz, and Earthquake. And then our Slowking is Culberberry with Scald, Ice Beam, Teleport, Slack Off. Really wish I had Toxic this time, but I slotted Ice Beam on it because I can live a Seed Flare and then kill Shaman Sky back with Ice Beam. So that was kind of the gist, but I definitely did not prep for Palafin, so... Anyways, is this the game? Yeah, this is the game. Let me switch my scene back over. As you can see, he pretty much just brought top 6. And yeah, so getting things started, I decided to lead with my Tauros. I felt like into Palafin, Palafin wouldn't be able to do too much to me on lead. So I think this is the best time now to just bring in Tauros. He's going to bring in his Crocodile. He's going to not be able to attack drop me. Flame Charge will do about 17%, and then Close Combat will knock it out. He's going to bring in Palafin again, as I bring in Slowking. And I kind of regret doing this because, in hindsight, if I had gotten back in Tauros, it really was not doing anything, unless I brought it in on our Celadon. But I had other things that would be better against our Celadon. He's going to bulk up Throat Chop my Culberberry, which is 51%. I'm going to teleport out into Zera Aura. Jet Punch will do that much damage, for real. Flazza's Fist doesn't really do that much because Zera Aura is kind of weak. And I'll heal back a little bit from leftovers. However, I'm just going to sack Slowking because Slowking's purpose in this game was to kind of deal with Palafin, which it no longer can. Tauros is going to come in, I'm going to Intimidate drop it. I'm like, oh, Jet Punch doesn't actually kill me. Oh, it does. I guess he's Adamant Punching Glove or something, I'm not sure. Actually, I didn't check to see what the fuck his prep was. But yeah, as you can see, I'm now in a really bad spot after Tauros took down his Crocodile. Torn's going to come in, Bleak Wind Storm. We'll bring him down pretty low. I will get the speed drop, and then I'll bring in Samurott. Luckily, Jet Punch doesn't do too much. And he's going to go into Shaman Sky. I'm not really sure why he went hard Shaman here, because I did almost just click Ceaseless Edge. And I kind of wish I did, but whatever. I'm going to flip turn into Zera Aura. I kind of don't know why I went into Zera Aura here. Because my switch-in was Silvally. I'm going to switch in on the Seed Flare. So I realize that he's leftovers. He's going to bring an Iron Moth on my Ice Beam. And then I'm like, oh, okay. So we're Ice Beam, huh? And for some reason, I switched into Samurott on his Agility. This is a really bad play. I should have stayed in and clicked multi-attack. I'm just not really playing my best today, honestly, but it's like whatever. Energy Ball will knock me out. And then Sylvalia's going to come in. He's going to Meteor Beam, which doesn't kill me. But if I had stayed in the first time, I would have just killed this Iron Moth outright with 2 multi-attacks. Because, yeah, that did 52%. Flamethrower will knock me out, and it'll be the end of the game because I cannot outspeed this Iron Moth. If I had ran like Aqua Jet on my Samurott, maybe, but no. So unfortunately, I will lose 0-5 after going undefeated all season. But you know what? I'm just kind of done with this team and other things. I am more focused right now on getting SDS to where it was before, with people in it and people that want to actually play outside of SSSDL. So I'm trying to dissociate less with SSSDL, and now that I've lost, I can just kind of focus more on anything else. No shots fired on like Jaden or anything, but since no one in SSSDL wants to play in SDS, I don't want to play in SSSDL because what's incentivizing me to play there? But I won't say that it had forced me to want to just like not try at all in this server. It's just basically once I lost a game or if I won the championship, then I was kind of done. And Ystream has a broken ass team, so why the hell would I win this game? Because I'm relying on like Tauros and a bunch of like Sylvali was my Shaman Sky check. Like I just was not winning this game with Sylvali as a Shaman Sky check. Like potentially maybe yes, but it was just too fast, and like Zeraora can't really like OHKO it. Torn, if it gets air slash flinched once, I just lose. Samurai can outspeed it, but also like if I'm forced to click Ceaseless Edge just to kill it, then he just goes into like Archaludon. I have to deal with Archaludon clicking Body Press, and my Slowking is dead because it had to deal with Palafin. But if there's anything that was good about this game, at least Tauros got his kill that he deserved for like the last like 5 weeks. Or actually, however long Tauros has deserved this kill. Probably, did it get a kill like week 1 or like week 2? It got a kill like super early in the season, and then it got gypped out of getting a kill every other time. So, yeah, there's that. I guess because this is my last game in SSSDL, I'll go into my all-time stats, and we can kind of look at how we did this season. I'll just kind of move this over. Wow, that's like a perfect view. So as you can see, this is my full team. I've brought Torn and Zeraora to every game. Samurott and Mawile, even though they're my MVPs, have kind of skipped out a little bit. Mawile couldn't come to the last game because I felt like it just lost to like everything there. Even though Ystream disagrees, but who knows, because Ystream obviously knows better. I don't know why. He thought Hydrapple was good against him too. Like, I don't really understand his thought process, but apparently he's doing something right because he's winning. And he'll probably have one chip as well because he has Shaman Sky, because it's fair and balanced. But anyways, Mawile, I honestly, I think I'll use Mega Mawile again at some point. Maybe not like near in the future, because Legends EA Megas are gonna come out, and I'm gonna want to try like a couple of those. Plus Mega Mawile, just like it really needs that support. Like most of its kills were from Trick Room, but otherwise, like I felt like Mawile is like it can check something once, force a swap, and then also kill something at the same time. So it's like kind of forcing like a 1v1 scenario. But with Trick Room up, it was doing a lot of work. However, I also thought using Slowking like kind of sucked. Like I did not like having to use Slowking a lot this season. Nidoking kind of got gypped from like doing anything, unfortunately. It came versus Abastia, came versus Fletch, which were both games I won, obviously, because I won everything up until semifinals. But To be truthfully honest, though, like, I've gone undefeated in a main season before, and I've never won a playoff game after winning undefeated, so I'll take what I can get. This is progress to, like, a fully undefeated season. Yeah, Frostlass was kind of bad. I couldn't justify bringing it ever, and I think I regret not making it like Sneasel with like Z move, and I never clicked a Z move like ever, by the way. Actually, probably would have been nice here to have Z Parting Shot Silvally, because I would have probably been able to bring back in Zera, but I'm pretty sure he had like Drain Punch, and then Zera Aura would have had to like crit Plasma Fist him to win. So yeah, but I never really used it because everyone prepped for it with like the clear amulets. Plus I had 2 Intimidate users in Mawile and Tauros, and I didn't really like, most people are running clear amulets on like their physical attackers, or even like the clear body on like Dragapult, for example. Like that ended up screwing me over like quite a bit. But yeah, Hydrapple was kind of disappointing. They're just like, I couldn't figure out how to like bring it to a game. The 2 games I think I brought it to, like, it did pretty decently. It's just like everyone has like ice coverage, and that mon really needs like, I don't know. It needs a little bit more. It needs like fire coverage. But I think I'm gonna go on here and then also like rank these guys in order. Ignore this. This is a little cup draft from a couple days ago. So I think in order, how many mons did I have on my team? Did I have 10 or 11? I had 10. Obviously, Frostlass was my LVP. I just could not justify using this thing like ever. It did get a kill, but to be fair, its only kill was an Arbok, and Arbok like isn't threatening, really. Frostlass's purpose was just to be like that speed tier that I was missing, and it was like relatively cheap, so it was kind of nice to have like on the prep dock. It just like, I couldn't really justify using it ever, which is sad, because I do think Frostlass isn't bad. It just really needs like some special attack or like attack to like do anything, but it just doesn't have that. Next mon, it's not gonna be Hydrapple, it's gonna be Nidoking. Yeah, Nidoking, I just couldn't really justify bringing that to games as well. Most people had things that speed tied it and killed it with that speed tie, and it couldn't really kill back in a lot of instances. This was my only mon that got 0 kills, but the only reason I'm putting it above Frostlass is because it did really well against Fletch. Like, I think it was my MVP against Fletch. But other than that, it dealt with like a Terapagos, and then that was kind of it. Again, it got 0 kills. As like, this was like my special breaker, and the fact that I couldn't really do anything with it was kind of disappointing. I kind of wish, like, instead of Nidoking and Frostlass, that I had grabbed like Nihiligo and low tier ground like Runerigus. I think I could have done something like that, and I think this would have been better. But I went with Frostlass because of that speed tier, and then I went with Nidoking because I was like, oh, it's a special breaker, and I've never used it before. I've used Nidoqueen. I love using Nidoqueen, and I think, honestly, in a lot of instances, I would have brought Nidoqueen, but because Nidoking is a lot more frail, and it's still kind of slow, like, it just kind of sucks, and I think overall, at this point, Nidoqueen is, like, actually a lot better than King, which is weird because I think in Gen 9, being fast and more offensive is better. But Nidoking is too slow to really make that work anyways. So, yeah, that's where Nidoking goes. I'm not even... No, you guys can still see it. No, this is fine. I was gonna show them, like, on the prep doc, but... Or, like, the... You know what I'm talking about. But I think just showing them, like, in order, this kind of makes sense, too. Number 8 will be Hydrapple. Apparently, according to Ystream, it had, like, a really good matchup against him. But I disagree. This mon, like, has way too many weaknesses to really justify using. I thought as a grass dragon type it would be fine, because like, oh, grass is already weak to ice anyways, it's already weak to poison, it's already weak to flying, it's already weak to bug. But adding like that dragon and fairy weakness doesn't really help it that much. Doesn't really gain like too many resistances. Like it resists it resists water, electric, and grass even more. And the only thing that dragon really helps it with is not being weak to fire. But like if this thing like actually had thick fat, I would probably have brought it like as a thick fat recover type mon, if that makes sense. Because like regen's amazing, but I couldn't really figure out how to use Hydrapple. I think I could have used it in a better sense, but at the same time, I couldn't really justify bringing this over my other mons when this mon lost like a lot of momentum in a lot of instances. I would definitely use Hydrapple with like Terra though. I think Terra Hydrapple is very legit, especially when it can use Terra Blast, because I was like, darn, I really don't get ground coverage. Well, no, it gets Earth Power. What was it? I don't get like fire coverage or like electric. I don't know. I forgot what coverage it was that like Hydrapple really needs, because like in theory, ground grass dragon is good. I'm probably thinking of like electric coverage, honestly, but electric or fire. But I don't know if I'd ever have used like Terra Fire on this thing. Defensively though, like I think defensively Hydrapple's legit. Because if you can defensive Terra Nasty Plot recover, then you're fine. Or just like Nasty Plot defensive recover, defensive like Giga Drain in general would have been fine. Next up, I think I'm gonna rank Tauros. That's not how you spell Tauros. Tauros, Paldea, Blaze, and this mon was also just I kind of got gypped a lot this season. I couldn't really justify using it a lot, although I think I used it like maybe 6 times. So I guess 6 out of 10 is nice, but considering these bottom 3 only came to 2 games, that's not really too impressive. It killed a Crocodile. It failed to kill a Crocodile at the same time. And then what else did it kill? It did something, but I think for the most part it got gypped from doing anything. I tried to make it work because I don't really like Tauros Paldea Blaze that much. As a mon, like, usually my luck with it is just really bad, and usually when I draft it, it's usually on my worst teams, but for once it was on one of my better teams, performance-wise. Next is definitely Still Valley. This was, I think, one of the biggest letdowns, even though I'm rating it at the middle of my top half, or at, like, going into my top half, this is, like, this is 6 out of 10. Even though I'm ranking it there, like, I really couldn't do too much with it. I think I ran grass twice, I ran, like, water twice, and I think the other times I ran, like, normal with Expert Belt or Covert Cloak. So I didn't have, like, a lot of variety with it. For the most part, it was, like, mixed or, like, special. I think I clicked multi-attack, like, twice. And I never ran Z Parting Shot. Like, this was my Z Captain. However, I just didn't really think it was doing that well, and I think people prepped for Z Parting Shot. I definitely overestimated Z Parting Shot, but I think like Still Valley's not horrible. It's just like 95 and everything isn't bulky enough anymore. It's also not strong enough or fast. I will say it was fast enough in like some scenarios. Like this thing got like a couple kills, I think. I was kind of meh on it. Next will be Slowking. I really don't like Slowking. It just kind of ends up on a lot of my teams, and like, yeah, I perform well with Slowking, but also prepping with it, I'm like, damn, I really need to run like Colbur Berry, and by the time, like, once you burn my Colbur Berry, then what? That's kind of what happened versus Wise Stream. I could have ran like Boots maybe, or like Trick Room, Weakness Policy, but I couldn't really find the game to do that. I tried fitting it like a couple times, it just didn't really work. Teleport's always good though, and especially because Frost has my Ice type, but like I wasn't really needing to click Chilly Reception, so Teleport was fine. There's a couple games where I think I ran like Counter. Like this thing got me to top seed in SDS too, so I will like Slowking is like a winner mon, it's just I don't really like having to use it. I like Galarian Slowking a lot more, just because it can soak up poison, it can soak up T-Spikes. It's not weak to Bug, and It's not weak to like grass and electric. Like you're not getting volt turned on constantly. Where yeah, like Galarian Slowking literally isn't getting destroyed by Volt Turn, whereas Slowking is, which really sucks for it. But that's just kind of a flaw with like this water psychic typing. If it was pure water, I think it would be fine. It'd be a better mon if it was just pure water. Although I like the psychic typing does help it a lot, but it also hurts it in a lot of ways. Next up, I think it's Tornadus Therian. I did bring it to every game. However, I can't really justify putting it in my top 3. Because I think in a lot of games, it just didn't do anything. But there was like one game where it cleaned up very nicely, and I was glad to have Torn T on my team. And of course, this is my most drafted mon. Like, I think Torn T and Slowking are my most drafted mons, despite me hating Slowking. Like, trust me, bro, like, I would have rather had Glowking. Honestly, I could have done like I should have traded Nidoking with Glowking with Haxon or something. I think Haxon had it, but that's just like a hindsight situation. But yeah, I love Torn T. It's one of the most reliable mons I've ever used. Like, surprisingly, like, I don't really miss with him that much. I thought I'd be missing versus Stream, but he landed the Bleak Wind. You know, like, he landed it. It's just, like, it didn't really help me win or lose in that situation. Yeah. Our next mon is going to be Zeraora, because I think it's obvious who the top 2 are. Zeraora is another mon I brought to every game. He was super, like, reliable, honestly. Like, I got quite a few kills with it. It stopped quite a few sweeps from happening, and it also kind of threatened to sweep people at some points when I'm like, there's some matchups where I'm like, I don't really like Zeraora's matchup, but it's just faster than everything, and like, why would I not bring it? Yeah, like, considering the fact that I brought it to every game, like, it has a lot of good coverage too. It's just a little bit weak. And if you can kind of work around it being weak, then it's fine. And I think I found decent ways to use it. I didn't really get to use like that bulk up sweep set, but I think it's done enough for me to where I'm like, I'm happy with its performance, even though I think it had negative differential. I think it's died like 9 times and it got like 8 kills. Was that the case? Did it get 8 kills? Yeah, I got 8 kills. So it was my 3rd on kill leader. These are kind of going in kill leader order, just noticed. Yeah, next up will be, I think, Samurott. No, it'll be Mega Mawile. Because like I said about Mega Mawile on the all-time stats page, this one really just kind of 1v1 something in most games. Like, I think it got a kill every game. It was just versus Chickadee is when it really popped off, because I was able to get up Trick Room and teleport into Mawile, and then he could not stop Mawile unless he had brought Rotom Wash, which even then the Hydro Pump didn't kill me. Mawile's the GOAT. It got 16 kills. Couldn't bring it versus Stream because everything on his team killed me, but it's whatever. And I think our MVP is Samurott Rattouille. This was a mon I was sighing when I had to pick this up, because I think I picked it up. Did I pick this up in Grace, or did I pick up Zeraora in Grace? I think maybe I drafted both of them in the main draft. And originally I was supposed to have like a Latios on my team, but Samurott was like, you know what, I should maybe just try this mon. Like, it gets Flip Turn now. Ceaseless Edge is nice, especially on a team that has no hazards like otherwise, because I'm not going to be clicking Spikes or Stealth Rock with Frostlass or Nidoking. Like, as you can tell, I never brought them to like anything, so anytime I got up hazards was because Samurott got them up. And it got kills every game. It was a really reliable Scarfer. It was really good with Aqua Jet. I never missed a Ceaseless Edge. I never missed a Razor Shell. Yeah, so Samurott and Torn never missed like anything. I might have missed like a move with one of them, but I can't remember it mattering like ever. which is the beauty. Like, even if I did miss, having Slowking and like Hydrapple in the back was really nice because I could switch in and then switch back out in a Torn, and then I can try again later. But yeah, like this team was really accurate. I think if I had basic luck with this team, like I would say I overall had probably good luck with this team. But if I had just basic luck with this team, I probably would have went like 6-2 main season. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe. I will be focusing more on STS, which is doing Little Cup. Again, please apply if you want to. It's just going to be a fun season, and hopefully by the time that season's over, Legends ZA will be coming out, and maybe something will be happening with that, but I'm not entirely sure when that's happening. But yeah, I will see you guys later. Thank you for watching.